10 million, 10 million. That is the exact number that is about to completely wipe out your channel, your income, and your livelihood. You are watching a massive betrayal unfold in real time in this explainer. This isn't just some boring update to a terms of service agreement. It is a calculated strike against the very people who built this platform. If you've spent late nights editing, if you've poured your absolute heart into a small channel, you need to pay very close attention to what we're breaking down today, because they are pulling the rug right out from under you. 10 million shorts views. It is literally an impossible scale for almost anyone just starting out. And you gotta understand, this isn't a lifetime milestone. It's not some shiny plaque you celebrate after 5 years of grinding. It is a quota. A massive, looming, practically unattainable quota designed to filter out absolutely anyone who doesn't have a giant corporate machine backing them up. And here is the absolute most brutal part. You have to hit those 10 million views every 90 days. If you're a monetized creator and you miss this threshold, even by a fraction, your income completely vanishes. The tap is just turned off. It is that simple. There are no warnings, no grace periods, no slow taper to help you adjust. You miss the mark in a 3-month window and the revenue stops cold. Let's break down the actual math here. Just to get your foot in the door for the partner program starting February 1st, 2027, you need 1,000 subscribers and a massive 8,000 watch hours, or 20 million shorts views. And that's literally just to qualify. The ongoing maintenance? 10 million views every 90 days just to keep your lights on. Think about the creator who quit their day job for this, the person who poured 2 grueling years into a niche they absolutely love. These numbers will crush them. It raises the barrier to entry so high it practically requires you to already be famous before you can make a single dime. And the press release for this? Honestly, it's insulting. YouTube claims this makes earnings, quote, meaningful and sustainable. Ask yourself right now, meaningful for who? Are they talking about you, or are they talking about the independent creator trying to pay rent? No. I'm asking this with genuine anger, because it's just a blatant deflection. Who exactly is this sustaining? The PR spin wants you to think they're protecting creators, but the reality, they are protecting their ad revenue. Massive creators never needed protecting. Mr. Beast was never at risk of losing his monetization. These rule changes are purely designed to shield YouTube's bottom line. They're pretending this is a protective measure for the community, but it is nothing but a financial fortress for the platform itself. Here is the hard financial truth they don't want to say out loud. Concentrating monetization reduces payout obligations. By raising the bar so incredibly high that small creators get squeezed out, YouTube just hands all the monetization over to a few massive channels. And what does that do? It means they don't have to split the pie a million ways anymore. YouTube gets to keep vastly more of its ad and premium revenue for itself. It is a wealth transfer, straight from the pockets of independent creators back to the corporate platform. But obviously, they couldn't just announce they were taking your money without throwing up some kind of a distraction, right? So how are they hiding this financial squeeze from you? How do they make you feel like you still have a chance, even when the math clearly proves you don't? Well, they offer a so-called safety net that is entirely an illusion. They use corporate buzzwords like targeted incentive programs and engagement bonuses. Let's actually define what those are in the real world. They're discretionary payouts. Arbitrary little crumbs that YouTube can hand out, change, reduce, or just completely remove at any time. This isn't revenue sharing. This is a PR replacement designed to sound generous, all while stripping away your contractual right to a real share of the ad revenue you generate. Under the old model, if you generated value, you got a guaranteed percentage. It was stable, it was a true partnership. Under the new model, you get a discretionary bonus. That means the terms can be changed overnight, without any renegotiation. You're no longer a partner. You're essentially a gig worker, just hoping the algorithm decides you deserve a tip this month.
Let me speak directly to you right now, especially if you're a creator trying to build a stable foundation for your life. You cannot build a business on a bonus that might literally not exist next quarter. You just can't. You can't sign an apartment lease, you can't hire an editor, you can't invest in a better camera, based on a corporate handout that some executive can vaporize with a stroke of a pen. It is way, way too risky.
So we have to ask the real question. What happens to the creator who is 3 months away from finally breaking through? What happens to the person who's been grinding, improving, slowly building momentum, and is right on the absolute cusp of making it? Under these new rules, they just hit a brick wall. The human stakes here are devastating. We aren't just talking about corporate spreadsheets. We are talking about crushed dreams.
Let's actually remember who built this platform.
The foundation of YouTube's culture wasn't slick, multi-million-dollar game shows. It was beauty tutorials filmed in really bad lighting. It was science channels using hand-drawn animations to explain physics. It was cooking videos shot in tiny, cramped apartment kitchens. None of these authentic, brilliant creators were born with 10 million views a quarter. They needed time to grow. And now, the platform is just slamming the door in their faces. Imagine this scenario for a second. You pour absolutely everything into one incredibly researched, beautifully edited video a week. You have a massive, fiercely loyal fan base of 50,000 people who watch every single second of what you post. But because you make long-form content that actually takes time to digest, you miss the 10 million shorts views requirement. Under these new rules, you lose everything. Your 50,000 loyal fans literally mean nothing to the algorithm anymore. And the creators least able to absorb this blow have absolutely zero safety net. You don't have six-figure brand deals, right? You don't have massive merchandise empires shipping hoodies across the globe. You don't have Hollywood agents negotiating alternative revenue streams for you. You rely entirely on your channel and your audience. So this policy change isn't just a hurdle, it's a fatal blow. They lose, not because their content is bad, but because the metric changed. It is an absolute staggering injustice. You play by the rules, you build an audience, you make great art, and you lose anyway, simply because the goalposts were put on a rocket and shot to the moon.
So why? Why is the platform turning its back on you right now? After years of begging you to broadcast yourself, after years of using your content to grow their user base into the billions, why just discard you? Well, it builds into a much darker, ultimate realization about YouTube's true corporate strategy today.
The era of YouTube building a creator economy is dead. It's over. YouTube, the creator economy, has been completely replaced by YouTube, the media company. They aren't operating like a platform where anyone can make it anymore. They're operating like a traditional legacy media giant. They want high-budget, predictable television. They want shows, not vloggers.
And what that means for you is genuinely terrifying. You are no longer the product.
You are the competition. Small creators take eyeballs away from the heavily monetized corporate content. Think about it. If a viewer is watching your incredibly honest, authentic video made in your bedroom, they aren't watching the massive, heavily sponsored corporate content that YouTube makes the real money on. So they are quietly, systematically pushing you out. I want you to ask yourself this right now, especially if you're feeling totally discouraged. Are you being pushed out because you failed? Did you do something wrong? Did your content get worse? No. You are simply inconvenient to a business model that no longer needs you. That is the brutal reality of your new position in YouTube's eyes. You didn't fail. The platform just mutated into something else entirely. They used you to build the house, and now they're changing the locks.
February 1st, 2027. That is the exact date the clock runs out. That is when these new impossible rules take full effect, and the countdown has already started. This isn't some distant possibility, it's a locked-in deadline for your channel's viability.
Every single person who loves a small channel should be very, very angry right now. And look, I am not going to offer you some false comfort here and tell you it's all going to be okay and the algorithm will magically save you. It won't. If you want to survive, you must adapt right now. You cannot rely on this platform to protect you anymore. If you wait until 2027, you will be wiped out.
So I leave you with this final thought. Your 2 years of work, your late nights, your entire passion, it is all on the line. What are you going to do next? Are you going to let a corporate metric take it all away? Or are you going to start moving your audience, building your own email list, and securing your livelihood outside of YouTube's control? The rules just changed. It's time for you to change your strategy. Figure it out today before it's too late.